directly to it. Child's pose. Hands overhead, knees as wide as your mat, big toes to touch. Now, I get nice and low down to the floor. But if this isn't accessible to you, your child's pose can also look like this, with your hips lifted up from the floor. Okay? Allow it to be as low to the floor as possible without being injurious to your body. Take a few deep breaths in and out of your nose. And land here on your mat. On your next inhale, come up to hands and knees, stacking wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Press down into the floor, reach the crown of your head forward, either tuck your toes or untuck, whatever feels good on your knee. Take a few rounds of cat and cow. Your inhale, you lift your tailbone, look up to the ceiling, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine for cat, tuck the tailbone under, look towards your groin. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. And straighten through the spine. Walk your hands slightly forward. Press into your hands and your toes tuck now. Lift the knees. And keep yourself here for a moment. If you can't be there, that's okay. You can just lift one knee at a time also, right? Like this. But lifting the knees, squeezing the thighs in towards one another. Press into your hands, press into your feet. Firing up through the legs. Your belly pulls up and in. Uddiyana Bandha, belly lock. And then push into your hands and just lift your hips up to the ceiling as you straighten through your legs for downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out, in and out of the nose. It's your Ujjayi breath. You're firing up. Your inner heat comes from your low belly, your tapas, and that's your belly lock is Uddiyana Bandha. And Ujjayi breath is in and out of the nose. If you need to have bent knees here, you can. If your heels need to lift, that's fine too. Inhale, lift through the heels, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, and slowly walk there. Taking one step at a time, and taking your time to get there. Separate your feet hip width distance and fold over your legs. Grab opposite elbows, let yourself dangle, your head is heavy. Your legs are strong. If you hear any crying in the background, it's actually my downstairs neighbors, kids. Just let that go and come into your practice, into your moment where you are right now, looking down at your mat or your toes. Press into your feet, bend your knees, rise all the way up to stand, mountain pose. Hands to your heart center, Anjali Mudra. Gaze to your fingertips, and we'll begin with one Om. Breath in. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach the fingers up to the ceiling. Press down through your feet. Exhale, fold, bend your knees as you bow. Halfway lift, breathe in, hands to shins. Create a flat back, a flat spine. Forward fold, exhale. Hands all the way up to the ceiling, mountain pose. Hands through heart center as you bow, bend your knees. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant your hands down, step back to a high plank. Either Chaturanga Dandasana or lower down, knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog, cobra or baby cobra. Downward facing dog, pressing into the tops of your feet for that up dog. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, look to the top of your mat, bend your knees, and slowly walk there again. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow. Mountain pose, sweep the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold down. Half lift, breathe in, flatten the spine. Exhale, fold. Mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift, breathe in. You're preparing your spine for your Chaturanga. It stays flat as you step back or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, chin. You can lower all the way down to the floor if you wish. Baby cobra, cobra, or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, lift the hips up to the ceiling. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, lift the heels, bend your knees, look forward, hop or walk to the top of your mat. Whatever you need. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Mountain pose, rise up. And fold, hands through heart. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana or high to low plank, right? To it. Upward facing dog, cobra or baby cobra. On the inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift the heels, bend your knees, look forward. Hop or walk to the top of your mat, half lift. Exhale, fold. Toes to touch if you can. Rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant your hands, step or hop back. Chaturanga Dandasana or high to low. Baby cobra, cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, lift the hips up to the ceiling. Moving on to sun salutation B. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend your knees, either walk or hop top of your mat. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, thunderbolt. Sinking your seat low, reaching your hands high, squeezing your legs towards one another, and sink your seat back. If you can't see your toes, look down, take a peek. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, and let it go. Fold over on your exhale. Half lift, lengthen through the spine. Plant your hands, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog, cobra or baby cobra. Downward facing dog. Right leg steps right behind the right hand as best as possible. Now if you need to, you can always step nice and wide, right? Spin the back heel down, rise up. From here, press your knee forward. Squeeze your legs in towards one another. And then reach the hands up to the ceiling. Twist forward. Chest face forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink into the legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink into your legs. One more breath in. Plant the hands down. High plank to low or knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps on the inhale. Rise up. exhale, sink. Again, back foot lands down, chest spins forward, reaching the arms up. It's a dual action. You're pressing down, lifting up at the same time. Use your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Hands to the mat. High plank to low. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let it all go. Ha. Inhale, heels lift. Bend your knees, look forward. Hop or walk top of your mat. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink your seat low. Reach your heart high. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Hands to the floor. Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog, cobra or baby cobra. Press into your legs or the tops of your feet. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips up. Right leg steps, warrior one. Rise all the way up. Lifting and pressing down. Lifting and pressing down. If you feel a shake in your legs, you're building strength here. It's good. Let it in. Welcome it. Breathe in. Hands to the floor on your exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, chin. Up dog, lifting up through the heart. Downward facing dog, pressing back. Step through the left leg. Inhale to rise. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lift up, look up. Dual action again, pressing down, lifting up. Welcome in all the sensations you're feeling in your body. Allowing yourself to just be here. You can do this. One more breath in. On the exhale, we go down. If you need to, you can always take child's pose at any time. Inhale for up dog. Exhale for down dog. The first pose we took in the beginning of this practice is always available to you at any time. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees, looking where you're going. Either hop, walk, or step. Half lift. Exhale, bow. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sinking deep in the hips, reaching up high through the heart. Breathe here. We're going to stay for a few moments. Breathing into this space. Excuse my adjustments. Let it come in. Let the shakes come in. Feel what's happening. Just know you're getting stronger as you're here. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Hands to the mat. High plank to low, or knees, chest, chin. Or if you want to skip, you can skip and go right to down dog. It's the beauty of the practice is the poses are your choice. And it's knowing what is available to you in the moment that you're in. This practice is a recognition of the body, a recognition of what you need, whatever that may be. And as we move, we become more and more familiar with what our body is saying, with what our body is asking us for and what to do. Step your right foot forward, Warrior one, spin the back heel down, rise up. Open up, warrior two. The hips start to open even more here. Your chest goes from facing forward to opening up to the side. Your gaze is still over your front fingers. Check your hands to see if they're in line with one another and sink into that front knee. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Belly is still pulling up and in, and tailbone is tucking forward. Tucking down to the floor and forward. Flip your front palm, reach up and back, peaceful warrior, creating that side body stretch. Take it even further, straighten the knee, and then come all the way down into a Trikonasana pose. Now, if you need to rest your hand to your leg, a block, or if you reach the floor inside or outside is perfect. Don't overextend the arm, keep it straight in line with your vision. If you can see your thumb, you're most likely in an ergonomic position. If you need to look down to the floor for your neck, if it's tilting like this, then look down to the floor. Bend in your front knee, soften in your back knee, land both hands down, and twist. Left hand down, right hand lifts. Plant both hands down, either high plank to low or knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Left leg steps, warrior one, spin that back heel down, sink in that knee, charge it forward as you lift your hands up, breathe in. Create the intention in the pose, squeezing the legs towards one another. Breath in, open up, warrior two. The legs are still squeezing in, and your seat is not tucking out, it's tucking under, down and under. Open the arms wide, check to see if they're in line. Gaze over your front fingertips, squeeze the legs. Flip your front palm, reach up and back, peaceful warrior, keep the knee bent. On your next exhale, straighten through the leg. Keep reaching up and over, side body stretch. And then forward to go into Trikonasana pose. Wherever your hand lands is perfect, remember that. Still tucking the tailbone under. Start to bend the knee. Soften your back knee, land it down to the floor. Right hand down, left hand up, side twist. Squeezing in through your inner thighs. Pressing down through your foot and knee. Both hands to the mat, either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, lift the hips up. Inhale, lift the heels, bend your knees, look forward, hop or walk to the top of your mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, Utkatasana. Sink the seat, reach the hands up. Squeeze through the thighs. Hands to your heart center, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. I'm going to come to the left side first so that you can see. Either your elbow comes to the outside edge of your knee, right elbow to left knee, or you can plant your forearm to your thighs. Press down through there. Keep the seat straight and create length through the side body. Breathe in. Exhale, fold over your legs. Separate your feet hip-width distance. Peace fingers scoop around your big toes. Thumbs catch your peace fingers. Inhale, extend through your head. Soften through your knees and fold in. Bend the elbows. Bend your knees if you need to. Every inhale is a lengthen through the crown of your head, and every exhale is a fold in. Letting your spine be loose and soft, and your legs be strong and firm. Release your toe lock. Toe heel your feet together. Utkatasana, second side. Hands to heart. Lengthen and twist. Left elbow to right knee, or forearm to thighs, and reach up through your heart. Breathe in here and breathe out, sinking the seat. One more inhale and exhale, fold. Separate your feet again, hip width distance. This time, Gorilla Asana, sliding the palms underneath. If you need to, you can bend your knees really deep to get there. Your toes massaging your wrists. And if you have the extension, go for the extension. Your elbows bend out to the sides. Your eyes are open, gazing to the back of your mat, to your toes, wherever you can see, whatever you can see. Being present for yourself in this moment. Again, it's all a noticing of how your body talks to you. What is it saying? Does it want to get out of this pose right now? If you feel uncomfortable, those feelings can come up in any asana practice, in any pose, at any moment, really of any day, right? And staying in the uncomfortability, as long as it doesn't feel like you're getting an injury, is the practice. To be with what is, and to recognize when we need rest or when we need to keep going. Release your hands from your feet. Toe heel your feet out even further and point your toes out at a 45-degree angle and sink down into your Malasana squat. Right? You're pressing your elbows into your knees, knees into your elbows. Lifting up through your heart center. Hands to heart. Eyes are open. Now you can either stay in your Malasana or you can shift into crow pose. Crow pose would be to land your hands down and walk your feet in closer together. Your knees come to the outside edges of your triceps and you squeeze in that area as you lean forward. Lift one toe at a time, right? See what it feels like. That's also taking crow. And if you've got the pose, then just go for it. Toes to touch, hips lift, push into the floor, and gazes forward. If you look this way, you're gonna fall, right? Okay. Come to sit in an easy seat, take a moment. Hands up to the ceiling to receive energy, and hands down to conserve. You can close your eyes here or look half-mast in front of you. Notice what your body has experienced thus far. Taking a moment to calm the breath. Calm the mind. Create ease. No matter how much you want to move or scratch an itch or move a hair, stay. And you feel like you're done with your meditation, can you sit just a little bit longer? Allow the muscles on your face to soften. Your eyes to soften. Pressing down through your seat, growing tall through the crown of your head. Focus on the breath. Your inhale and your exhale. Slowly brings your hands to your heart center, Anjali Mudra. One Om breath in. Thumbs to your third eye center. Acknowledge yourself for doing this warm-up basic practice into a meditation. You can follow up this with any of the practices available to you. Thank you for joining. Namaste.